Hello and welcome back to Curious Morsels. In this episode, we're going to be reviewing Namja Ramen. It says Namja Ramen up here, and it says over here in these huge unmissable characters, Nanzi in Chinese, and I assume Namja in Korean because I don't actually read Korean. I do read a little bit of Chinese. But altogether, this means man, literally. It means that this is manly ramen. And I was a little bit surprised when I saw this in the supermarket because I've never seen a ramen packaging being so directly marketed before. This is for man and man only. It puts hair on your chest. So I don't know if that's what that says. I do not read Korean. But if you do know the story behind this, please let me know in the comments. I would really like to know what the reasoning is behind this being called Namja Ramen, manly ramen. Maybe it's the fiery garlic taste. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the big hunks of beef. Well, I mean, not really big. These are more like tiny hunks of beef over here that make it manly. I have no idea. Well, something about this is supposed to be manly. It's whether it's the garlic, the pepper, the beef. And again, if you do know, please let me know. The important things that you should know, aside from the manly packaging, is that this ramen, see if I can zoom in a little bit, but this ramen, it's mainly beef. From what I can understand. There are two sources of beef flavor, and I know this is hard for you to read, so I'll just read it off my notes over here so that you don't have to strain your eyes, unless that's a manly thing to do, which I don't think it is. The two sources of beef, artificial beef flavor powder and beef soup stock. And there's also chicken soup stock. And on top of that, they added artificial pork flavor oil to that. So you've got the entire farm in here, and I don't really know why. I would assume that it's mostly beef flavored, and they added the pork flavor and the soup stock just basically for savoriness. But the whole effect is like giving me this kind of mental image of a manly farmhand, kind of gentle but still manly hunk of a man, just corralling the cows. Like he's riding the horse and making sure the cows go back home at night, and then he gently shepherds the sheep into the pen. You know, just a very stereotypical hunky farmhand. Well, I don't think that's what they're going for here, but that's the impression that I'm getting from this because of all the various farm animals that they're putting into this. Couple of other things about this. First of all, there are two serving sizes in this ramen packet. The first thing you should know is that, well, it's fried ramen. It's going to have about 480 calories, a lot of fat. Well, it's not as bad as the usual. It's like 22% of your daily value of fat if you multiply it by 2. So that's not bad because it says 11%. The sodium content, on the other hand, is real bad. You're going to get, if you eat the whole thing straight, you're going to get 1800 milligrams, more or less, of sodium, 72% of your daily value. Please don't do this. I mean, we all know that ramen is not good for you. It's got so much salt in it. Typically, I don't eat like even half of the seasoning package because of so much salt, but this, actually, I believe this is a little bit on the high side even for ramen, so do keep that in mind. I think that's all I wanted to say about the packaging. The packaging basically speaks for itself. It has the subtlety of being slapped in the face. So I'm going to open this now. Let's see what's inside. I am expecting... there, this little knot. I'm kind of expecting the standard ramen package here. So, yes, there's standard Paldo ramen. Not much to say about it. Got my handy dandy plate here. And what's more interesting to me at the moment are the seasoning packets. We've got this and we've got this. So it says Namja Ramen, all of it, of course. It's still funny to me. Let's open this up. Bring in my soy sauce dish and see what the dried vegetables look like. So, as promised, we've got the green onions. It's promised on the packaging anyway. Dehydrated carrots and mushroom flakes in here somewhere. I cannot tell a mushroom flake when it's dehydrated. Oh, there it is. I think this is a mushroom flake. I don't know. But yeah, standard dehydrated vegetables. And then let's have a look at the seasoning. Namja. Let's open this up. Standard nondescript powder. Oh my god, there's so much of it. I'm not going to eat this all, of course. Let me smell it. Ooh, wow! They're not kidding about the garlic. Holy crap! Well, I am going to go cook this up and then I'll be right back. Here's what the ramen looks like when it's done. And I have to say that I was cooking this and my wife came out and said that smells really garlicky. And it's true, this is a punch in the face with garlic. It's like if you smash garlic cloves between your fingers and then you punch somebody with it. That's how, well, maybe it's not that bad. It's not concentrated garlic oil bad, let's put it that way. But it is intensely garlicky for a ramen noodle. Now, we're going to taste first the broth. Oops, excuse me. Get a little bit of that. It's nice and fiery, probably really spicy. Yeah, it's got a kick to it. Yeah, extremely spicy. Let's bring the noodles over here. Stir this around. You can see that indeed there are onion flakes. I saw a mushroom flake, a dehydrated mushroom floating around in here somewhere, but I didn't. It's disappeared. It's sunk beneath the sea of garlic and spice. Ooh. Yeah, it's not as bad. It's not as bad as the Samyang extreme spicy noodles that they use in fiery ramen challenges, but it does stick around the back of your throat a bit. Let's see if I can taste the noodle itself. Whew. Man. The noodles have a very springy, pleasant consistency to it, which I do like. So even though it's been sitting in this hot water for, I would say like, in total like 6-7 minutes now as I was preparing this video, it hasn't gotten very like soggy. A lot of people hate soggy noodles, but this retains its softness. I can't guarantee that it will stay that way if you keep it for like a ridiculous amount of time, like an hour, but it's not going to disappear into the soup, let's put it that way, if you are just preparing it normally and you get called away for one of your manly phone calls and have to come back and eat it later, a few minutes later. So I think overall I did enjoy this bowl of noodles. Yeah, I would say yes, I would eat it again if I got the chance to. I'm just kind of taken aback by the weird manly ramen marketing that they did. Again, if you have an explanation for this, please let me know. Oh, before I forget, actually, I wanted to show you a few pictures of the marketing, because I went to Paldo's website, or rather YouTube channel, and I went and looked at the commercial for this. They really show how manly this is by taking this kind of nicely dressed man and then having him do interesting and unusual things to ingredients like onions and eggs. Which is all a bit tongue-in-cheek, of course, and exaggerated, but still I thought it was kind of funny. So yeah, you should go over to Paldo's website and see this commercial for yourself. It's actually quite good. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for joining me on this review of Paldo's Manly Ramen, Namja Ramen, and I'll see you guys next time for the next episode of Curious Morsels.